Hello and thanks for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. If you're returning, thanks. It means a lot. So this is going to be part 5 of the CRX ZC build. Unfortunately, a lot of the footage got lost from the last video. The camera card got corrupted, so it did not catch me honing the block, but the final hone wasn't to the standards that I wanted it. I mean, it still would be fine, but I still see a little bit of metal discoloration and deformity in there, so I'm going to go back through and re-hone it, and then we're going to get into checking the journals and all that stuff and getting the block for final cleaning and assembly. So to hone a block, you're basically going to need a few things, and this is not going to be removing any material. This is just going to be like a polishing type hone, just roughing up the surface. I got a Brush Research 3-inch flex hone there, some acetone to clean things up, and the BRM flex hone oil. They say you can use 10W30, or I've read people use WD-40, but the people who make the brush sell the actual oil, so I said why not? It's a gallon, so I figured they say be generous, so a quart per cylinder. That's a gallon of oil right there for 4 cylinders. And I'll get in close here if I can. I don't know if it's catching any of that. Kind of doing this outside because it's very messy. I did it in the shop and it slung oil everywhere. Wasn't happy about that. So hopefully that caught something for you guys. There you go. But yeah, the crosshatch is beautiful. But I'm going to go ahead and redo it. And like I said, this is a 3-inch flex hone. Got the oil and everything, so just make sure I do about 3 45-second passes per cylinder to clean it up. This is a 400 grit, so it's very fine. A lot of people use, I think 200 or 340. I think Honda, this is a D6, like I said, ZC Z6 block. Honda calls for anywhere between 320 to 400, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what it is. And 400 being the highest grain I think you can get in this size for this block is more than ample. And it takes a while with this grit. I think if I did it again with this amount of rust that the cylinder walls had, I probably would have went with like a 340 or 320, whatever the next one down was. Okay, as you can see, I put some of the oil inside of just an empty old can or plastic jug you have, and I cleaned the Brush Research hone with some acetone and got all the old stuff off of it from the other day. So let's get back over here and start honing this block out. Try and get it set up for all 4 cylinders. There we go. I'm just going to take a little bit of oil on the lowest speed of the drill here. Get it all brushed. Just going to push it down, and you're going to go for about, like I said, 45 seconds. Nice even strokes up and down, and we're about to start. And when you want to stop the actual honing process, you're going to continue to hone as you pull out, and then you stop. Now I know you may be thinking that, hey, I was in there honing a while. I was about 40 seconds in or so, and the manufacturer, I spoke to them, the amount that you're taking off is, I mean, so minimal, you'd be there for hours if you were going to take a lot of material off. So a good 30 to 45 second run in there, and it does just fine. We're going to move up to the next cylinder, and like I said, when the oil starts to get dirty and gray in the bucket, which I'll show you, that's when you kind of want to change it out. Again, straight down, just push it in, and we're going to start to hone here. Well, my watch says 15 seconds, so I know how long. Coming up on the end right now, and straight out. Alright, that's the second cylinder done. And we'll stay on the last two there. Hopefully you can see all that. Like I said, I spoke with Brush Research. The amount of honing you do in 45 seconds at this grit and how close it is to the size of the bore, the amount is negligible that's coming out. And I will clean it up and measure it to show you that it is negligible once I achieve the finish that I want to finish. I'm going to wait for the clock to start. Like I said, the key is don't stop when you pull it straight out. Also, like I said, you want to do every cylinder about the same amount of time. And you can see how that oil's getting. We'll do that last cylinder and that's about it. You don't want to keep using this oil. It suspends the particles in the air that are broken off of these little globules on the end. Little sand and stones, whatever they are. that's that. That was 45 seconds per hole. So I'm going to leave the footage running to just show that I'm not doing anything in between, and I'm going to get some acetone and wipe it out. I have no idea how this is going to look right now. We will see. All this is just acetone. Just wiping it down. Okay. Let me get out of the sunlight. That's the reason why I did it in the sunlight, so we can see it. And there it is. Nice. Trying to get that in focus. Nice, beautiful finish. It's probably dark on this side. You're probably not seeing anything because I'm moving. But it is a nice finish. All the way around. So I'm going to wipe all the other cylinders out.